Your devotion and love to the God Emperor knows no bounds, but you are still hesitating to reveal your pile of shame on tabletop? Or perhaps you're already a seasoned member of the Sisterhood, hungry for greater trials in his name. Here are a few games where you can step into the boots of the Sister of Battle, fanatical warriors who torch their enemies with a holy fire. In this video, I won't bore you with the deep games mechanics or faction guides. Let's talk about how Sister of Battle are represented in these games. I'm Sister Katie, and it's time to spread the Emperor's light. First up, one of my favorite RTS games, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War, earned a permanent spot in my top strategy games thanks to its campaign. Gabriel's Angel's story left a lasting impression. But enough about the hammer, let's talk Flamers. Dawn of War Soulstorm is the third expansion to the original game, released in 2008. It throws us into the Kaurava system, where a brutal war raged between 9 factions, including newcomers to the series, Sisters of Battle and Dark Eldar. The campaign mirrors Dark Crusade, but spans 4 planets and 3 moons. Each planet is split into provinces. You move between planets via ancient gates. Capturing territories nets you new units, or buffs. Seizing the enemy's capital province grants a special ability. Plus, Soulstorm added AA units, what was new in the series. The story is light here, mostly gameplay focused, with the story cutscenes only during attacks on faction capitals. As the Sisters, you play as Canoness Selena Agna of the Order of the Sacred Rose. Your first task? Rooting out heretics in the Imperial Guard, because nothing says loyalty like purging your own side before the Xenos get their turn. Here's a quick look at familiar units from tabletop. Battle Sister with Flamers, because everything's better with a Holy Prometheum. Celestian with Meltas, forever in our hearts. Perfect for turning tanks into slag. Repentia, great at shredding infantry, if they survive the sprint. So takes the Rhino Taxi. Emulators, tank armed with the heavy flamers that clear the ground with the fire. Painted engines for the stubborn ones. Chainsaws and flamers, the Emperor approves. Exorcist, heavy artillery unit, pipe organ of the doom, firing rockets to obliterate enemies. Limited trooper army. The Sister's signature mechanic is Fate, which lets heroes perform Act of Fate. No dice needed, just accumulated fate, that we always have enough. And you? For example, Canoness can blend enemies to reduce their accuracy, or summon
the Elector Counts!
Invulnerable spirits of fallen faithful to aid her. Missioners boost healing, or bless their squad's weapons, causing Holy Fire to rain down on force. Armor won't save them. Confessors can stun enemy squad, or call down the Emperor's wrath, a devastating AoE attack. Like every faction, Sisters have a special high-tier unit, the Living Saint, with powerful abilities and also can be resurrected after death. Beyond the campaign, Soulstorm offers skirmishes and multiplayer, still active thanks to a dedicated community. And with the Definitive Edition, announced at Warhammer Skulls 2025, now it's a perfect time to dive in, or return for another crusade. Next is the turn-based 4X strategy, Warhammer 40k Gladius Relics of War. This game often compares to Civilization, except here there is only war. Diplomacy, culture victories, heresy. Your only objective, total annihilation. Set on the ravaged planet Gladius Prime, ancient artifacts awaken, drawing various factions each with their own goals. Bonus, the game supports hot seat multiplayer. Sisters of Battle are a DLC faction with their own narrative campaign. So you're not just cleaning planet for the for the Emperor, but special missions and events add flavor. This narrative focus is a big plus for me. Here also familiar to us Act of Fate, temporary enhancement for infantry units, and Sacred Rites that increases production units or give buffs to our army. Sisters Arsenal packs everything from painted engines, perfect for turning heretics into close-range confetti, to exorcists that deliver the Emperor's fiery sermons via organ rocket artillery. And let's not forget Saint Celestine, because what's a holy war without your resident immortal cheerleader? What set the Sisters apart in Gladius is their abilities,
like Shield of Fate, Mortal Spirits, or different Acts of Fate, granting unique buffs like healing and attack boosts. They strike a perfect balance between elite infantry and long-term strategic depth, because purging Xenos is a marathon, not a sprint. Next up, turn-based tactical strategy, Warhammer 40k Battlesector. It throws you into the aftermath of Devastation of Baal from Guy Harley's novel, where the Blood Angels barely survived a Tyrannid invasion. I really like this connection, how after reading the book you can find out what happens next and actually take part in it. Like classic war games, units take turn moving, positioning and using cover. Army composition use points, aiming to stay true to tabletop vibes. Campaign points cap rises over time, letting you field stronger squads and bigger toys to play with. The campaign is trained for, with the 12 missions in the campaign. Skirmish modes against AI or players add replayability. Choose maps and points limits to build your perfect army. Hot Seat mode is available too. There was announced a new Crusade mode on Warhammer Skulls, where you start with a basic army and fight through waves to grow your forces. Sisters of Battle are in a separate DLC. Fate mechanics return, more integrated into tactical combat. Sisters use unique praise and blessed weapons to boost combat effectiveness. Our favorites are here, but I have to highlight the Exorcist, not just gameplay-wise but atmosphere. When it fires, you hear organ music. The first time I heard this, goosebumps. So cool. Developers also released a new DLC, Deeds of the Fallen, and presented this on Warhammer Skulls 2025. New DLC is a narrative campaign starring Adepta Sororitas on Chalnut in the Dracula 4 system, also known as Ashenfell. Orcs launched their Wah! Canoness Selena of Our Martyred Lady, Hospitaller Dorentia, and Zephyrim squad are sent by the Ecclesiarchy to burn noisy Xenos and defend Fortress Convent in Sentia. The campaign has 12 missions and introduced 3 new units: Zephyrim, a Magifair, and Castigator Battle Tank. Last in strategy by more niche card game fans, this one's for you. Warhammer 40k Warpforge is a free digital CCG launched in 2022 on PC and mobile. It focused on strategic duels between factions, with a deep tactics and iconic lore characters. You start with a quick tutorial. First, fight a Soulstorm against Marnus Kulgar himself, then Orc Warboss, Haskell Mark Orc Tracker against Space Marine. After that, pick an faction you like and get your starter deck to battle. Mods include PvP and PvE, emphasizing board control, combos and faction traits. The campaign offers branching bonuses as you complete daily missions, like draw 10 cards or deploy 5 troops and so on. Sisters of Battle, a faction with a unique playstyle, accumulating unspent fate resource. Many cards become stronger with enough fate. Sisters focus less on raw troops numbers and more on buffs, special actions and powerful praise. The starting deck, Blade of Fate, features Palatine Erica Luminous as your warboss, and you upgrade your deck through the campaign. If you want to experiment, Practice mode lets you try other warbosses, Unith Eruita and Morven Val. There is also a Sororitas Starter Bundle DLC, adding legendary warboss Morven Val and 10 boosters for deck customization. But you can build a sister deck without this DLC. Starter decks are free and you unlock cards by playing. Wants to try Morven Val? Practice mode has you covered. The game has mixed reviews, especially over faction balance and monetization. Like many free-to-play CCGs, rare cards are tough to get without paying, and matchmaking can beat paying vs free players. But overall, the art from the codex looks great on cards. Battlefield design match factions, and voice acting is sold. Nice little touches that enhance the experience. Honestly, I didn't play too much, not a big CCG fan. Even though I loved Gwent and Witcher, deck building and chasing rare cards quickly wear me out. Magic the Gathering ate a ton of my money hunting a Driest card. So no, that's not my cup of tea. These 4 games mostly let you command armies from above. Now let's talk about more action-packed titles, where you get to be a Sister of Battle. Enter the action RPG Warhammer 40k Inquisitor mode. You play as Imperial Inquisition agent. investigating mysteries aboard the ancient cruiser Martyr, lost for centuries. Expect heresy, chaos, and eternal conspiracies. At a story turning point, you choose to become a radical Inquisitor or Parisha, and it determines the ending. The game has sandbox elements, procedurally generated missions to grind loot and XP, rescue survivors, hunt big scary monsters, clear maps, and so on. You can add modifiers, tarot cards for better rewards. But the mission maps are particularly similar to each other, both for story and random missions. They are either ship corridors or open maps. In the base version of the game, we got classes Crusader, Assassin, and Psyker. DLC adds Tech Priest, Hierophant, and Sisters of Battle. Now about the Sisters. You can pick from subclasses. Seraphim, more melee class. Start with a bolt pistol and chainsword. Jumps into enemies and start the cultist slicing. Celestian, if you like it hot. Starts with a hand flamer and brazier. Burn them all! And Dominion. Cool girls with the big toys. Start with a bolt gun. Have the ability to dash to quickly retreat, on the contrary, to approach the enemy and throw a holy fire into their faces. Honestly, I didn't quite get the point of these subclasses. You can swap armor and weapon from other subclasses in the game and use their skills because they're related to armor. So nothing will stop you from giving Sister Seraphim the Dominion armor and handing her a flamer. The subclasses mainly affects starting gear. Maybe there are skill tree differences, but I have not checked. If you know, drop a comment. For Sisters, main thing is fate. The more, the better. The chosen sacred rites help us accumulate this fate during the missions. You can change them after mission, as new ones will open up as you progress, or you want to try some other playstyle in the next mission. Fate points can be spent on performing Act of Fate and use it for ultimate ability, transforming into the embodied saint form. For newbies, the passive skill tree is huge and confusing at first. It's tough knowing where to start, what to pick. Fate abilities and saint form skills are separate paths. Crafting is another story. Even with the helpful pop-ups, it's sometimes overwhelming. Personally for me, it was tough. But this game left a solid impression, as the only Diablo-like in 40k so far. Pros for me: different missions, tons of weapons, gorgeous armor, varied enemies, from small to giant, but balance is questionable. Sister can solo Chaos Space Marine Champion, or Hellbrutes, or even Chaos Knights. That's some serious Emperor's blessing. Here I remember Rogue Trader. The first meeting with the Chaos Space Marine wiped out the party, includes Sister of Battle. But hey, it's a hack-and-slash RPG, we want epic fights, not only cultist slicing. Oh, and the barrels can be smashed. No skeletons crawl out, but you get credits. That's good enough. Last but not least, a game I have not played myself, but can live out. Pure Sisters of Battle experience, no DLCs. Warhammer 40k Battle Sister, a VR first-person shooter. You take the role of Sister Ophelia, a Celestian of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, hunting an authorized Psyker, fight Chaos Hordes using 12 weapon types, chainswords, plasma pistols, bolters, flamers, grenades, and power swords. You'll have allies, another Sister of Battle and Black Templar Astarte's brother Julius, who help fight enemies and find useful items for mission. Unfortunately, I can't say more about it, and I don't want to spoil the walkthrough for myself. Although the game has quite mixed reviews, I still really want to play it. After all, we get to fully immerse ourselves as a Sister of Battle in virtual reality, truly being in that world, feeling like one of the sisters fighting the eternal war against chaos.
And that's all from me. Each of these games offers a unique perspective on the Sister of Battle, but overall they capture their core traits: fanatical fates, powerful firepower, and sacred rituals. If I missed any games where you can actually play as Adepta Sororitas, let me know in the comments. The Emperor demands feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and may the Emperor's light guide your Steam library.